So there's a lot going on today, y'all. There's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot going on with me. There's a lot going on with people I know. Folks are really kind of struggling these days, and I just wanted to share, um, just put some different kind of energy out into the webosphere, the interwebs. Just a different kind of energy because I know that a lot of people are in this place of. I feel like everybody's right now at a place where they got some decision to make. They're like at this, do I this or do I stay? Do I go? Do I take this opportunity? Do I leap or do I stay safe? There seems like a lot of people are in these weird kind of hallways, right? They say when one door opens, one door closes, another one opens. But there's also saying that, but it's hell in the hallway, right? Because you don't know what the next door is. You don't know what's going to happen. And you're just kind of between these two worlds. So if that resonates for you, I want to share a message today from my book. This is I'm Leaving Now, the little book on big separations that I wrote. Just kind of wanting to acknowledge the different things that come up when you are in between choices, in between relationships, in between jobs, or when one door seems to close. Or if it's just the end of a relationship, right? There are things that are resonant across any kind of transition or separation. So today, I'm just going to pull for the book and see what we have what the author, Michelle Majors, wants to share with us today. So what is a message? What is something that we need just to hear that would give us a little bit of peace and ease and flow and grace? So sharing a little bit here. Let's see what I open to today. Today I open to own your past. Own your past, not with blame, but with acceptance. Acknowledge your part in its unfolding and forgive yourself. Now you can own your future. So, I'm going to read an excerpt here. In any challenging situation, there are often aspects of the experience where you could have acted differently. This is not about assigning blame to yourself, but about acknowledging your part in the narrative. By owning your past, you reclaim your power, transforming past mistakes into missed opportunities, mistakes or missed opportunities into valuable lessons and growth. I always say it's not just about going through it, it's about growing through it. When you own your past, you're actually saying, you're taking away this narrative around victimhood. So either you're going to be a victim or you're going to be a victor. You are going to be, whoa, that person that made those choices, one, they're no longer here, but two, they were part of the process. They were part of your growth, right? And so there are things that I definitely, without question, could have done differently. One of which is leave when you first saw the signs. I had a choice. I think there were three major fork in the road moments that I went down the path of comfort instead of the path of truth and of honoring myself. There are no surprises with what I'm going through right now. The level of it is a surprise, but not the actuality and the thought process that went into being, because I saw this person, right? So when you own your past with compassion and grace, you're saying, wow, thank you. Thank you, prior person, for doing all the things to help me become the person I am now, because the person I am now would have never, ever done that. And that's part of owning my past. I really have to, and I can laundry list out the things that I've learned about myself. I learned that I don't really need a huge, big house. I've learned that it was really important to me is my autonomy and my space and my mental health and well-being. What's really important to me is choice, my time and my freedom, but choice, being able to make choices is so super important to me. I did not know that. I did not know it in that simplicity of it, right? There's a lot of things that I can give up, or there are a lot of things that work or don't work. But part of the reason why a lot of people are suffering right now is because we're going through something in this country and many of us don't have a choice or don't feel like I have a choice. And when you feel like you don't have a choice in the matter of something that is happening to you, that's when it's overwhelming. That's when that's when depression sets in, because your mind is saying, I'll never get out of this. This will always be my reality. Of course, you're going to be depressed, right? But when you have a choice, then that changes the game of how you look at this situation. Imagine going to a job that you are in right now that you don't really care about, but in the back of your mind, I could leave whenever I want. I have a trust fund, or I have money sacked away, or I have stocks, or whatever. I have a choice, so I don't have to be here. There's something very liberating about the power of choice. And so part of owning your past is also recognizing the places along the way that you actually did have a choice. And when you didn't make that choice, this is where we are. And so I just want to call on us to give ourselves some grace, give each other some grace, and own that parts of the past where we feel like, this person did this thing to me. Yes, I was with a narcissist. And so I'm very clear about their stuff and what they did. But I'm also very wise. I'm very clear. I am very focused. I know truth. I know what truth feels like in my body. Do you know what a hell yes feels like your body and a hell no feels like your body? Of course you do. You feel it. When something's a hell yes, it's strong. That's not when I was experiencing this thing, not for most of the relationship. And there were moments of hell yes, for sure. But the context was not hell yes. So I just want to call on us all to give ourselves some grace and to own those parts about you that may not feel comfortable. Own those decisions that you made that got you here. Own all of it, because all of that is an access to own your future in a way that gives you unparalleled power and peace and freedom. Have a great Monday. We'll see you next week.